Everyone, Jesse with Farming Seattle. Another video today specifically about blackberries and propagating them. This is my Thornless Blackberry. It's a triple crown variety and it just absolutely has tons and tons of berries every year. You can kind of see how much it's done. But these two rows started out with maybe 5 plants, and everything else has been propagated. So I have 2 rows, approximately 50 plants or so, I'd say, and I can basically propagate as many new plants as I want each year. And so it's the middle of June. You can see that there are new growth. So this is this year's growth. It's grown about 6 feet tall already this year. The previous year's growth is what actually has the berries on them. So the first year you have new growth, the second year you have berries off of that new growth, and then after the second year those branches will die. So in this case, since it's the middle of June, you don't want it where it's really flimsy. Right here you can move it pretty easily. This is a lot stiffer. And I have these trellises about 3.5 to 4 feet tall. I want to cut these a little above that so that in the second year they'll still be supported somewhat, and we'll do that. So I just use a knife to do the cuttings, and generally you can cut right below, right there, and that'll start making new plants where you want it. So let me see if I can do this one-handed. All right. Somewhat well. And in my case, I'm going to take it over to my aquaponics system. Definitely the best thing that I figured out was propagate plants with it. Over here I have just a sampling of what I've done so far this year. I've got elderberry, goji berry, willow, and those have been all potted up in the last week or so. So it's been a busy season so far. I do a lot of blackberry as well. This is a thornless variety that doesn't go as high, and I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it produces kind of a purple berry. So in our case, you can see one of my previous episodes, but I made these perlite plant pots. This is a plant tub, and the general idea is that the water wicks up through the perlite, and then you get new plants that root at the base. Pretty simple. I'm testing out to see whether it's better than the just lava rock. This bed will raise with water and then drain all the way down, and it's draining probably right about now or shortly. So with these new blackberries, you just want to make approximately the length of a knife, probably 6 inches to 9 inches, and you can cut right above where that flower will be, because that'll be your new growth. So let me set up the camera a little bit. And you can cut off these existing branches down below. We don't need them anymore. They'll probably just fall off anyways. Let me show that. So we can just take those off and throw them. So we have about 6 inches, and we're going to cut above where the new growth is going to be. And then we're just going to place that in the perlite tub. I'm probably going to do it about 3/4 of the way, just because that seems like that's a good amount. And in this one, this is the very top of the cutting. And I'm actually just going to cut off the very tip. And we'll see how this one does. It's a little flimsy, so it might not last, but we'll put it in there. So about 3/4 of the way. And I'm also going to water these plant pots just because they're brand new and I want to make sure the water is wicking up. But overall, pretty easy process. Once you cut those blackberries on the other side, they'll start shooting out side shoots. And so just from those two, or those ones that I just cut, you'll get 5 or 6 additional cuttings from that same one. So potentially each plant, I'd say you can get at least 5 to 20 new plants every year, which is obviously just a ton. And you can see from these other pots how closely spread out they are. That's about 1.5 inches or so, and that gives a good amount of room. If you were to let them grow for a long period of time, all their roots would just clump together, and then you'd basically have one pot of elderberry, hydrangea, some grape, and random stuff. So with that, thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you later.